10 years ago, Apple abandoned its IBM PowerPC architecture in favor of a more robust Intel-based solution. The last product line to see this transition was their desktop. Instead of releasing a Power Mac G6, Apple released the Mac Pro. This desktop features server-grade hardware including 2 dual-core Xeon processors and DDR2 ECC RAM. How did I celebrate its 10th birthday? Let's find out on this episode of Trevor Tries. Using the power of eBay, I was able to snag this Mac Pro for $46.16, including shipping. But it was a mess. This had to have been one of the worst computers I've opened in a long time when it came to dust and dirt. It didn't include a hard drive or a working video card. Baking the video card didn't do anything for it either. Without a working Mac graphics card, I wouldn't be able to install OS X, but I could install Windows 10 until I bought one. But first, I wanted to do a few upgrades with OS X compatibility in mind. Listed here are the prices I paid for each item, and the total came to $371.16. I was pleasantly surprised at how many games I was able to get running on this machine at playable frame rates at 1080p. Skyrim was very playable on medium-high settings, but dipped down into the 40s depending on what was being rendered. And I'm guessing this is due to its lack of multi-threaded support. Fallout 4 fell to lower frame rates on medium settings, but I considered it playable. BioShock Infinite was very smooth and maintained 60 FPS most of the time. GTA 5 was pretty playable on the lowest settings by keeping at least 30 FPS even when things got crazy. The Witcher 3 was playable on medium settings, but there were some dips that were really distracting. Doom 2016 using Vulkan, I was getting awesome frame rates on the high preset, staying over 60 frames per second most of the time. It just goes to show how well optimized Doom is. This 10-year-old machine is churning out some impressive frame rates with all of its 8 cores being used. So depending on what games you want to play, I would give the upgraded Mac Pro a passing grade in the 1080p gaming department, but I wouldn't expect maxing out anything anytime soon. Maybe you think running Windows on a Mac is sacrilege, and all you want to do is run the latest version of OS X. Well, you are in luck because running El Capitan on the original Mac Pro is possible. Using an application called 64 on 32, you can install the latest OS with a modified EFI boot file. You will be in business. There are tons of great videos that exist on the subject, and I will link them in the description. Keep in mind, to get the latest OS X, you may have to download the installer file on a modern supported Mac. What would it cost to get this Mac Pro up and running with boot screens, no real upgrades in the latest OS X? It'd be around $170 for a working quad-core Mac Pro and 5 gigs of RAM. Not bad at all. Getting a Mac Pro to do the things it was never designed to do can be a bit of a challenge, but if you already have one, these steps are well worth it to get many more years of life out of the hardware. To be honest, I have never owned an Apple product. I've always scoffed at the price and functionality of these devices, and will probably never buy an Apple device new. But I've grown to appreciate the design, quality, and value of my original Mac Pro. At least it has a headphone jack. See you next time. Trevor Tries.